Hello there, Mia Grady here with a look at what's making headlines in Houston, starting with frustrated East End residents who say they've been dealing with a water leak in their neighborhood for 8 months and no one's taking responsibility for it. They reached out to Anayeli Ruiz for help.
At first glance, it looks like a harmless puddle, but neighbors say this isn't just water that's been flowing here. It's excuses. What appears to be a small patch of standing water is actually a leak coming from the ground, spreading across the East End for months.
I first reported it in August.
8 months later, the water is still here. East End resident Maria Kavanaugh tells me she thought someone would fix it. But after no response, she called and reached out to me for a solution.
At the beginning, we did see crews come out here and they would look at it, and I was hopeful that they would fix it. And then it's just been so long and it hasn't been fixed.
The leak sits right on the corner of the old Rusk Elementary, now the Baylor College of Medicine Biotech Academy.
There's hundreds of kids that walk here every day. Staff walks across the street at that parking lot. I just don't know what the holdup is.
Other neighbors say they've also reported the problem and tell me getting answers has been just as slippery as the sidewalk itself.
The city says it's HISD's problem, and HISD says it's the city's problem, and nobody wants to appear to do anything about it. Everybody says, no, it's not my problem, no, it's not my problem.
In just 30 minutes, we watched students and adults slip trying to get across. Parents telling me it's already happened to several kids.
I've seen kids fall. Yeah, so it's kind of regardless of it being just an eyesore, it's a safety hazard as well.
And as the temperature rises, neighbors worry the problem could get worse. Standing water, more algae, and more risk.
I hope it's fixed ASAP as soon as possible, before the end of the school year is over, before the summer, before it starts getting hotter. Then you have standing water, have flies.
That was Anayeli Ruiz reporting. Now, we reached out to the mayor's office and they told us they were waiting to hear back from Public Works. We're still waiting to hear from HISD as well. Now to gas prices that continue to rise as the war in Iran goes on. Meanwhile, here in Houston, the world's largest energy conference is underway with top members of President Trump's cabinet also in attendance. Agochi Aloka has more on what was discussed.
Right now, the state average price for regular gas per gallon is $3.60. Then right here at the Exxon off of Chimney Rock in Westheimer, you can see that regular gas per gallon is around $3.49, which is about 35 cents lower than the national average too. But let's not celebrate over that price because it is still more than $1 higher than this time a month ago in the Houston area. Take a look at this video. Gas prices are something two members of President Trump's cabinet, the secretaries of Energy and Interior, spoke about yesterday at the annual CERAWeek Energy Conference happening this week in downtown Houston. They say the U.S. has signed an agreement with Total Energies about shifting nearly $1 billion from wind to oil and gas and address the current conflict in Iran. One insisting this will be all worth it in the long run.
Short-term disruption right now, but to end a multi-decadal problem and lead to a world that's much more peaceful, can be much more prosperous, and much more securely energized.
Our KHO11 energy expert Ed Hurst believes there's potential for much more pain at the pump while the war is ongoing, including here in the world's energy capital.
If the market continues to get tight, we can see $8 a gallon gasoline very quickly across America. It's already at that level in California.
We sure hope it doesn't get to that point here in Houston. In the meantime, you can use GasBuddy.com as a tool to find the cheapest gas station prices near you. Ugochi Iloka, KHOU 11 News.
Now to residents in one Cypress neighborhood forced to take a toll road in and out of their neighborhood. They're finally getting some relief. A new road has opened for residents in the Bridgeland subdivision that won't cost them a dime. Troy Kless spoke to neighbors about the solution to this toll problem.
Bridgeland residents say they have an extra cost of living.
I always tell my wife, the milk doesn't cost $2 now, now it costs $3.50.
Adnan Kavazovich and other residents say the Grand Parkway toll road became their only way in and out of the neighborhood after they moved in.
It's pretty much almost like a punishment that we are kind of served upon if you want to go something as little as grocery. My wife works in Kingwood, she's on site, so that alone kind of tallies up to a couple of $100 a month.
Bilal Mumtaz and other residents tried getting answers but kept hitting dead ends.
I myself, we reached out to the city multiple times, and it just kind of went back and forth. City saying it's builders' responsibility, builders saying it's city's responsibility. So we don't know exactly who it is. And I know a couple of people within the community are frustrated and kind of done their own digging as well.
After months of digging, Jack Road opened, connecting to Katie Hockley Road, which residents then take to Highway 290, a toll-free route they're already taking.
Yes, so the other day we had to take that road because there was that gas leak here right in the corner, which also kind of having an extra road to get out helps.
The road leading to a cow pasture passes empty fields where more homes will likely be built. It's an extra few miles, which residents say they are spending extra time just to get to the highway.
Is it worth it? Not in my opinion. Just because with these gas prices, you better pay the toll. You're better off paying the toll if you're going to be going towards the Houston.
That was Troy Kless reporting for us. It was a record-breaking run at this year's Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. During its 21-day run, the rodeo drew more than 2.6 million people, making it one of the most attended events in the city of Houston. And that momentum carried through to the final day, which turned into the most attended concert day, with more than 80,000 fans packing NRG Stadium. On the auction block, a Grand Champion steer sold for $1.5 million, helping push total auction sales to nearly $40 million. And this year, the rodeo is giving back in a big way, committing more than $30 million to education, making it the largest in its 94-year history. How about that, cowboys and cowgirls? Until next year. And for now, that's a wrap of your Houston headlines. I'm Mia Gradney.